Death by athlete. It can happen to you. Many famous boxers, NFL players, NBA stars, and other athletes have killed people. Some of these athletes died after being involved in car accidents, while others brutally killed their victims. From first-degree murders to accidental massacres, the deaths of innocent people on the consciousness of these sports stars will last forever. Whatever the explanation, these players are technically the killers. Who is the famous player who hit someone? NFL Hall of Famer Ray Lewis tops our list. In 2000, former Ravens star Ray Lewis and his friends were involved in a fight in which two people were stabbed to death. Lewis asked the prosecution to testify against his colleagues in exchange for dropping the murder charges, and he managed to escape prison for the crime. He was fined $250,000 by the NFL and reached a settlement with the victim's family. For some sports stars, the deaths were part of the job. On March 24, 1962, Emily Griffith made 12 rounds against Benny the Kid Parrott. The fight ended when the Parrots went into a coma after being punched 29 times in a row. He died at the hospital 10 days later. The fight was broadcasted live on ABC. Are you surprised that there are so many professional players who have hit people? Share your thoughts in the comment section. Welcome to Endless Sports. Subscribe now so you never miss out on the greatest facts about sports and the latest trending sports news. Let's get into the video. Henry Ruggs. On November 3, 2021, Raiders wide receiver Henry Ruggs III was driving at a speed of 156 miles per hour, with double the legal blood alcohol content, before his car collided with the rear of another vehicle which caught fire. A 23-year-old woman was killed in the blaze. According to the prosecution, Ruggs faces up to 26 years in prison if convicted of murder. Phillip Adams. Former NFL player Phillip Adams committed suicide on April 8, 2021 after killing 5 people in a shooting in South Carolina. The victim, according to the York County Coroner's Office, was Dr. Robert Leslie, who had previously treated Adams and lived near the player's parents' home in Rock Hill. Leslie's wife Barbara, their grandchildren Ada and Noah Leslie, and a man who was working at their house, James Lewis. A sixth man, Lewis's co-worker Robert Schock, was hospitalized in critical condition. Adams then shot himself with a .45 caliber weapon after hours of police negotiations and a standoff at his parents' home. Police searched for the gunman for several hours before searching for Adams at his South Carolina home. Adams played 78 NFL games for 5 teams in 5 seasons: San Francisco 49ers 2010, New England Patriots 2011, Seattle Seahawks 2011, Oakland Raiders 2012-13, Seattle Seahawks 2014, New York Jets 2014, and Atlanta Falcons 2015. He suffered a serious ankle injury in 2010 that required surgery, as well as several patches in his leg. Adams later had 2 setbacks in 3 games with the Raiders in 2012. It is unknown at this time what he will do after leaving the post. However, his father believes football is responsible for all of his son's problems, including violence in South Carolina. Aaron Hernandez. Aaron Hernandez, a 25-year-old former New England Patriot, was found guilty of first-degree murder. He was first charged in 2013 with murdering his fiance's sister's boyfriend, 27-year-old Odin Lloyd. According to the prosecution, Hernandez and 2 others picked up Lloyd from his home, took him to a deserted industrial park, and shot him 6 times. He never presented a possible motive for the killings, nor did he find any weapons or witnesses to the killings. Yet he did manage to convince a jury that Hernandez had planned the killings. A security video from his home shows Hernandez holding a gun just minutes after Lloyd's murder. Along with Hernandez, 2 others, Ernest Wallace and Carlos Ortiz, were also indicted and will be tried separately. Hernandez's lawyers claim he is the only witness to the crime. He was sentenced to life in prison without parole. In 2012, Hernandez was accused of killing 2 other men in Boston, Daniel George Correa de Abreu and Sefiro Tejera Furtado. He was later found not guilty and acquitted of the charges. Ray Lewis. In 2000, Ray Lewis and his friends were involved in a fight in which 2 people were stabbed to death. Lewis agreed to a plea to testify against his colleagues in exchange for dropping the prosecution's murder charges. He was fined $250,000 by the NFL and reached a settlement with the victim's family. O.J. Simpson. O.J. Simpson may have been acquitted of the 1995 murders of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman, but 2 years later, a civil jury found him responsible for Goldman's incorrect death and battery. In 2007, O.J. Simpson was convicted of armed robbery, assault with a deadly weapon, theft, and conspiracy. He was sentenced to 9 to 33 years in prison. Oscar Pistorius. In 2013, Blade Runner Oscar Pistorius shot and killed his girlfriend. He asserted that his confession had been obtained through torture. Pistorius was released from prison in October 2015 after serving just 1 year due to internet outrage. And that's all for today. We hope you enjoyed this upload. If you did, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for even more great content just like this. Thanks for watching. See you soon in another one.